nominated for anyone's Hall of Fame. I think that is obviously a guy like this has meant a lot to Impact Wrestling. Welcome to the party, pal. But in the grand scheme of things, I mean, what does being in the Hall of Fame for Impact Wrestling mean as a promotion that's been around for, what, 12 years now?
Yeah, it's
15 years?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just, you take it for what it is. I mean, here's the funny thing about the WWE Hall of Fame, because this happens every single year, and it's like you guys don't get it yet, is that, let's be honest, the WWE Hall of Fame is nothing more than a marketing tool. That's all it is. They go ahead, it's a marketing tool for the person getting inducted, because that means they can put their rates up higher, because, I'm a Hall of Famer. It's a marketing tool for the WWE, because that's something they can put on a toy line, or their merchandise, or whatever. That's all it is at the end of the day, is a marketing tool. There is no physical hall, except a booth at Access every year. Past that, there is nothing to it. And there is no standards, there is no rules, there is no regulations. It's just suggest a name, and if we like it, yes. If we don't, That's all it is. And the fact that people get so upset every single year over the names that are like, well, this person needs to go in before this person needs to go in before that person. I'm like, really? At the end of the day, take for example, Arn Anderson was the name that people bitch, pissed, and moaned about for a long time, that really there was no real excuse for why he wasn't in yet. You can look at guys like Randy Savage and be like, okay, well, there's beef there or whatever. But Arn Anderson, there's really no reasoning behind it. And then he finally went in as a horseman. Let's be honest, did that really change anything outside of hearing Arn's speech that one night? Has that really changed anything? Nope. So, okay, Arn's in. So let's shut up and move on to the next guy to our list to bitch about. Past that, how many of these guys have already pawned off their Hall of Fame rings and plaques, or got their Hall of Fame nods and then end up suing the company later, like Coco Beware?
Wait, Coco's in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Coco is in the Hall of Fame.
How did I not? The Birdman was in the Hall of Fame.
If I remember right, because this is back when I was really into the backstage news, they were coming out with the video game, and he was one of the characters, so they kind of put him in to market the video game type deal. It's kind of like how they do the celebrity wing at times, where they put certain people in to promote their stuff at certain times.
All right.
But at the end of the day, it's just
right now, better tag team, High Energy or the New Heart Foundation? Jim the Anvil and Owen or Coco and Owen? Better tag team.
I gotta go with Coco and Owen.
You like the High Flyers?
I don't remember much about Anvil and Owen.
Really?
Past the outfits, I don't really remember.
Well, and it sucked because...
I remember them in 94. I don't remember them back in, 91?
Owen and Coco had those ridiculous, neon green with, checker flag,
Yeah, they were the checker flag hammer pants, I remember.
Yeah. Well, then they put Anvil in a pair of those for the new foundation. When Anvil came back, Anvil and Owen teamed up. And I don't know what happened.
I thought Anvil and Owen was first. I remember Anvil and Owen was first, but then Anvil got fired or something, and then it was Coco.
Right. Maybe you're right. But they still had those ridiculous hammer pants with the checker flags on them.
Then they loaned him to Bob Holly.
Better tag team, New Foundation or the new Rock and Roll Express? No, excuse me, the new Midnight Express. Excuse me. Bart and it was Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Billy or something like that.
New Midnight Express, because again, I don't remember a damn thing about Owen and Anvil past that damn outfit.
NWA invasion into Monday Night Raw was one of the highlights of 1996-7. When was that? What year was that? Was that 96?
That was 98. If it was one of the best things, you can't remember the year?
I played football back then and had a lot of concussions, so I was the smallest guy in the field. Didn't really.
So you were the Rudy of the group.
Not only was I the Rudy of the group, but it's like, so our team wasn't that great. Like, yeah, we did well. We were gonna go to CIF, which is the championship for.
Oh, I know. I went like 3 years.
Yeah. So I was the little guy, the littlest guy on the littlest team. We still made it to CIF, but I had guys on the team, like, no one took off their jersey and said, "Hey, play Kaylee," but they, everyone was excited when I got out on the field. Especially my mom and dad, they were up in the stands. Went to every goddamn game and only saw me play like 3 plays. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. But getting back to the Hall of Fame. So Abyss in the Hall of Fame. I mean, look, it's a great accolade for Abyss, and as a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion through Impact Wrestling. I mean, I think it's pretty cool to recognize him, but I'm with you. At the end of the day, professional wrestling Hall of Fames, at least those that are connected to the WWE or connected to Impact Wrestling, I mean, there is no real criteria. Like you said, it was more of a popularity contest, or what, what purpose does it serve today?
I always felt like when they initially started the TNA Hall of Fame was that it was their attempt to get people in before WWE. Mm-hmm. Like Sting, Kurt, the Dudleys. I mean, they even did Earl Hebner. The short time Jarrett was back, they threw him in on an episode of Impact.
Did it really? It was just on an episode of Impact?
Yeah, it was on an episode of Impact that they threw him in, because that was when they were doing that little Global Force invasion, the first invasion, that really didn't, that just took up like 2 months of TV time. And then, what was it? And then they did Earl Hebner at the house show the night before Bound for Glory.
Wow.
They didn't even do it at the show. They did it like the night before at a house show.
Here's an award, go fuck yourself.
Pretty much. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's nice to see people get recognized, and it's nice to, have them get a public thank you for what you've done. But like I said, after that, what does it really mean? I mean, I think Gail Kim sure as hell deserved it for everything she did in that company. And she was one of the main faces that put that Knockouts division on the map, which, let's be honest, the Knockouts was there before the Women's Revolution, or whatever the hell they want to call it now.
Yeah, I mean, the Knockouts, say what you will about Impact Wrestling, I think the Knockouts are one of the things that they did right from the get-go. And if it wasn't for, say, the pressure to put on a better product, would we even have had the Women's Revolution with NXT and their with Impact Wrestling and their Knockout division? I don't know if that's the case, because certainly there was a deficit of talent leading towards Impact when we're still having bra and panty matches in the WWE.
I think it's more of the world changing its view on women and their place in sports and their place basically all over the world where women are being more empowered. I think that put the pressure on, plus the fact that also it's one of the times that the fans made it clear we're sick of this crap, and they weren't going to let it go. And also the change, just like a lot of WWE, the change that happened once Triple H got his power and we started seeing in NXT what we should have been seeing on the main roster. So I think it's more of a combination of that, but it's, we talked about this like on Twitter when it comes to the Knockouts, because a couple of them were stating that, oh, well, we did a women's pay-per-view first.
Yep.
And, I'm like...
Yeah, well, Women of Wrestling did theirs before TNA did, so...
Yeah, well, let's be honest, Women of Wrestling was never really... That's a footnote, okay? I mean, they were never really competition.
You don't love Jungle Girl?
Let's not go there. I watched that back when I had a black box.
Why the block's got to be black?
Because it was illegal. And I'm black, so I can say that.
Yeah, you can.
So back when I had the illegal box, and this is over 7 years ago, so the
statute of
limitations are clear. Back when I had the black box, I saw that pay-per-view they had, and that was one of the biggest waste of time I ever had in my life. Oh my God, I was like, man, it was one of those. It wasn't like that Legends of Wrestling one where it was just bad. This one was so bad, it was kind of good.
Well, I mean, isn't that what Glow was all about? Was kind of being so bad that it was entertainment. Like,
I didn't even watch. I don't remember watching Glow. I just remember that the Women of Wrestling. I think it was on like Channel 13 at like 1 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
But anyways. Oh God! I need one of those Men in Black things to erase that crap. But anyways, like the knockouts, especially like Velvet Sky, she was the one going on about we did it first, and I'm like, yeah, well that's kind of like being the guy to brag that he screwed some girl first, and I'm like, yeah, well somebody came behind you and screwed it a lot better. And earn the bragging right, buddy. Just because you were there first doesn't mean you were the best.